Oscar guy here. I am back after about a week and a half, because I went on vacation to see my family for Thanksgiving. Was there for a week, and we saw not one, but two films in the theaters. And the first one was a movie called The Menu, and it stars Anya Taylor-Joy, Ray Fiennes, Hong Chow, among others, and it's about a group of these socialites and elitist kind of people and semi-celebrities that go to this island called Hawthorne, and they are presented a very exquisite cuisine. Anya Taylor-Joy's character is just a date that this food and fine dining connoisseur just kind of picked up and took her to this thing, and she's very disinterested, and she's the one person in the film that catches on to the madness and insanity that ensues, and she's like, okay, something's off. And things certainly go wrong, and it's kind of hard to talk about this movie without giving anything away. This movie is perfect to go into completely blind and just knowing what I just told you. And it's very entertaining, incredibly entertaining. It's very funny, very tongue-in-cheek. It's a satire on pretentiousness. It really mocks the cliches of the fine dining cuisine and etiquette and everything like that. And we are so on the side of Anya Taylor-Joy's character. Her date is just a kind of a douchebag. And he's just so in to this whole, he buys into everything. He's a huge fan of this master chef played by Ray Fiennes, who is, by the way, amazing in this movie. Hong Chow is great in a supporting role. She kind of plays this, I guess she's like an apprentice of this master chef, and she doesn't cook, but she's like, she's like kind of presenting the dishes and kind of, she's like the concierge person or whatever. There's a lot of other very interesting supporting characters in this film, one of them being Reed Birney, who is primarily a stage actor. And I remember him being in Mass last year, and he's fantastic in that movie. And he's a great actor. So it was a pleasant surprise to see him. Very sharp screenplay, really funny. Some of it is very kind of on the nose as far as satire, which I was like kind of off and on, but it was very well made, very well written, very well acted. Anya Taylor-Joy is great in this movie. She's always great in whatever she does. The score was pretty good, by Colin Stetson. Doesn't really stand out too much, but it's good. It's good. And I think that's all I'm gonna say about this movie. I would just recommend you see it with your friends. There's a few very shocking twists and turns in this movie that left my audience kind of gasping and being like, okay. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and I'd like to see it again with maybe some of my other friends or another crowd or something like that. And I will say, without spoiling the movie, after the movie was done, we went to a restaurant and we ordered a cheeseburger, and that was it hit the spot. And you will know if you have seen the movie or not, and you will get it once you do see it. You're going to want a cheeseburger after you watch this movie. The Menu, I give it a solid 4 out of 5. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I think that feels pretty good. It's a great movie. Not incredible, but it was a great time. So that was The Menu. So the second movie that we saw Thanksgiving week, I think we saw it on Black Friday, I want to say. We saw Del Toro's Pinocchio. And we saw it at the GRAIL MOVIEHOUSE in Asheville, North Carolina, in the River Arch District. I wanted to give them a shout out. I met them, and they're very, very cool people. Amazing theater. Really, really cool, eclectic, independently owned theater with couches and stuff like that in their cinemas. One of my favorite theaters I've ever been to. So shout out to them. Pinocchio is the current frontrunner for the best animated feature. It's gonna win. It's gonna win. This movie is awesome. it's incredible. Some of the best stop motion animation I've ever seen. It's a familiar story, the Pinocchio story, but it's more in line of the original novel. But even then, it veers off into its own kind of thing, in Del Toro's own thing. Visually, narratively, it's like it takes place between World War I and II in Italy, during the fascist regime. Thank you, dog, for barking behind me. So yeah, there's a little bit of a twist, that Del Toro has put on this film's narrative, and the visual style is very unique. Pinocchio as a character is amazing. He's adorable. His design is super super cool. He perfectly embodies the Pinocchio, you know, ethos that we know and love. Same thing with Geppetto and some of the other characters. The cricket, Sebastian, I think was his name. It's not Jiminy Cricket. He was great. A lot of comedic relief, for that character. He kind of, he wants to kind of shine in certain spots, but he keeps getting like stepped on, and kind of there's this one song that he likes to sing, but it never like works out. The Christoph Waltz character was really good. He plays the antagonist in this movie, who runs a circus that hires Pinocchio, and he kind of takes advantage of him. There's this push-pull between him and Geppetto. He wants him to kind of live a normal life, but Pinocchio is just so wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and is very curious and naive about life and everything. And Geppetto is, of course, mourning the loss of his son, Carlo, who tragically died. Pinocchio acts as a kind of a surrogate son, I guess. And I don't want to go too far into details, because it kind of veers off into more of a existential kind of territory, which was really awesome and very not expected. And some of the creatures in this movie and the designs are so Del Toro, and they're incredible looking. I want to not only rewatch this film very soon, I want to see how they made this movie. Oh, and I completely forgot to mention, I'm recording this after the fact, Cate Blanchett. Again, what is she made of, bro? She plays the monkey in this movie. Like, monkey sounds and all of the characters that she ventriloquizes, whatever. That's all her. What, dude? Amazing, 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 amazing. She's great. She's incredible. Probably my favorite character in the movie. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. I will say the ending is great, and it got me right here, man. It got me right here. It's a real tearjerker. It's good. It's so good. It's not perfect, but it's really, really great. It's really great. It's definitely one of my favorite films of the year so far. Oh, the last thing I want to say, the music is so good. Desplat does an incredible job. The songs in the movie, the lyrics, how they're just the compositional aspects of them, they're so well written songs. The Ciao Papa song is amazing. The song that Pinocchio sings during the beginning of the film, where he's kind of discovering things in Geppetto's house, is great. All of the songs are great. The music is great. It's a great movie. It is. I know Thanksgiving has come and gone, but it is the perfect Thanksgiving movie, in my opinion. It's wonderful. It's so good. So with that said, I'm gonna give GDT's, or Del Toro's Pinocchio, a solid 4.5 out of 5. Very, very good. Very good. Highly recommend it. That's it. The menu. Del Toro's Pinocchio. Very good movie-going experiences. Next on my list is probably The Fabelmans, which I will probably be seeing either this week or this weekend. And I'm just gonna... on to the next thing, dude. Just gonna keep trucking. Golden Globe nominations, I think, are going to be announced fairly soon, probably within the next couple weeks. I forget what the actual date is. Early December, I think. So looking forward to that. I'm going to be doing a reaction video for the Golden Globe noms, so look forward to that. With that said, Oscar guy is out.